when I said hi, friends, our dog Coconut was like, me? I'm your friend? I want to play. It's not your time now. I'm sorry, lovely. Hello. Thanks so much for joining me, everyone. It's a beautiful day here. It looks like it's going to absolutely pour very soon. So if it gets really dark in here, it's nature. I can't control it. I've been meaning to go live all morning. I woke up and a lot of fun, exciting new things happening in my life. I'll give you guys a little update while I wait for everyone to join in. Kevin and I have decided to sell our boat. Huge deal. So I've been cleaning it like crazy, getting it ready for a showing, and I'm just crossing my fingers and toes that the first person that walks in here is just gonna be like, I love this boat. This is a beautiful boat. I will take it. So if you guys want to just like set the intention for me that it's going to go like beautiful tomorrow morning, that would be great because it's a lot of work cleaning a boat. So I did that. It's about 3 hours of cleaning, and it's like scrubbing, like polishing, scrubbing. You're just like, oh, my shoulders hurt so much. I was so sweaty. I sweat through my shirt like within an hour. So I'm just taking a little break, getting a bunch of work done. I have some really exciting things happening in the mid-June to share with you guys. So very excited about that. And today we're going to be chatting about hormone imbalances on keto. So if you have questions about hormones, I'm going to be reading from my newest book, Keto for Women. There's still time to pre-order my book. You guys can go to ketoforwomen.com to get all the details. You get a bunch of free things when you pre-order. You get entered to win a Happy Keto Body membership. Oh my gosh, you lock in the best price, you're guaranteed a copy, the list goes on and on. Plus you help me and you help other women. So like, it's a win all around. It will sell easily and effortlessly. Thank you so much. I'm excited. We have okay, this is the first time in my entire life where I don't have a plan. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know where we're gonna be. I don't know anything. I don't know. I am just letting the universe guide us in whatever way she seems fit. And I am, for the first time in my entire life, relinquishing control. I have no expectation. I have no connection to anything. I'm just going to run with it and see what happens. And really, at the end of the day, whenever we're going through these life struggles, we're going to talk about hormones in a sec. And you know what? This actually relates to hormones because when we are trying to control every bit of our lives, it's really difficult on our hormones, our mental health, our overall well-being. So the thing that I'm practicing now is just letting go and letting God, if that resonates with you, just let go and allow your life to just flow because everything always works out. Right? Everything always works out. And when we look back on experiences, we're like, oh, I experienced that so that I could experience this, so that I had the skill to do this. And how beautiful is that? So for the first time in my life, I'm pretty proud of myself. I don't know. I don't know what's next. I don't know what we're going to do. I have no expectation, no goal, no vision, no nothing. I'm just going to let the universe guide us in whichever way she wants to take us. I just know that we're not happy on this boat in this moment at this time. And I think you really just have to chase balance and happiness and not worry about the rest. Okay, so hormones, all the things. Let's get going. Now, this section of the book goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on about hormones, menopause, PCOS, amenorrhea. Instead of making things up, I'm just going to go through a little bit. Amenorrhea, we have hormonal birth control and its effects, restoring your cycle using the moon and light. You got seed cycling. What else? Getting your period back. PMS is a big one. PCOS I already mentioned. Menopause. Perimenopause, postmenopause, menopause, thyroid health. Oh my gosh. Thyroid, adrenals, symptoms of stress, cortisol and your blood sugar and how when you stress your hormones go all over the place, anxiety and hormones, the connection, adrenal dysfunction. Okay, yeah, so this is the section that I'm reading through. on just your general hormone health. So this is the section on your endocrine system. It actually starts off by explaining what the endocrine system is, because some people are like, endocrine, what? I have no idea. So it kind of just outlines the specific areas that women should care about when it comes to our hormones. So it's not just our progesterone and estrogen. It's our thyroid glands, thymus, adrenal glands, all the bits, and just goes through the role of each of those things, like what your pituitary does, what your hypothalamus does, things that can go wrong when these things are imbalanced, so that you can really start to understand your body. I think the most empowering thing and the greatest gift you could ever give yourself is understanding how your body works. And when I was struggling with an eating disorder, and a colleague of mine said, I think you need to learn nutrition. I think you need to go back to school, learn nutrition. I went to school, I learned nutrition, and it really helped me understand my body. And hello from Eugene, Oregon. That is one of my favorite cities in the whole world. I love Eugene. I'm so jealous. It's a beautiful place. Say hello to everything for me. I just love that area. So when we understand our bodies, and I gave that gift to understand how when I chew, saliva starts happening in my mouth, and that's breaking down carbohydrates. Like, just to understand that is just so cool. And it's such a great gift. So I wanted to set the stage on how all of this works, so that you guys can understand what's going on in your own body. Okay, so symptoms of sex hormone imbalance. So here's a great little image here, and we're going to start on this page. Hot and humid Houston, Texas. It's really hot and humid here as well. Delaware, hello. I've never been to Delaware. Have I? I don't think I have. Spotting for 10 days before your period. Now 10 days, it could be 10 days, it could be 5 days. Just spotting before your period is a symptom of sex hormone imbalance. Intense vaginal dryness such that getting intimate is a painful experience. Feeling tired all the time, drowning in chocolate at that time of the month, like you just can't get enough chocolate. That could be a good sign. Brittle nails. Oh my gosh. So I actually have to use a toenail clipper now to cut my nails, because they're so strong that I can't use a normal clipper. So when our nails are brittle, or they have striations on them, they're super bumpy, that can be signs that you can look for in your own health. Also, migraines can be a sign of hormone imbalances. Night sweats and hot flashes during menopause. It's unfortunate that we all think that menopause is supposed to be this horrible experience and everything's going to go wrong and we're going to feel like hot garbage. It should not be that way, right? So if we're having night sweats or we're having hot flashes, that's a good sign that there's something imbalanced, and we can work on that easily. Acne from 5 days before your period to ovulation. Energy so low you can barely get out of bed. Endless sugar cravings. And we're told that these are just the pains we endure as women, but I call BS on the whole thing. We have a right to feel good, and simply being a woman should never be a struggle. So if you're just joining us, I'm reading from my newest book, Keto for Women. You guys can pre-order by going to ketoforwomen.com. On that page, there are a bunch of things, like a free guide that you get to enter to win a bunch of stuff. You get to lock in the lowest price, and it gives all the pre-order information. There's lots in there. Come back to your home country. Maybe. We'll just see. I'm just going to let the universe display options, and then we can choose. Right now, there are no options, so I'm not committing to anything. Okay. So let's talk about DHEA. Actually, let's not. I'm going to skip ahead because, oh my gosh, it goes on to show us show you guys all the hormones, all the sex hormones you care, all the hormones you care about, how they can display as either low or high, the tests you can use to test to see if they're low or high, or imbalanced rather, initial solutions you can use. So this includes insulin, leptin, cortisol, DHEA, thyroid, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. So that's what that table has in there. Reasons for hormone imbalances. So this is so fun. I love these. I hope you do too. While there are many reasons why hormones can become imbalanced, here are here are some of the top ones. Nutritional deficiencies. Nutrients such as magnesium, vitamin C, vitamin A, and B vitamins are important hormone ingredients needed to create a healthy hormone profile. Nutrients also play a critical role in how and when the body excretes hormones and how the body uses them. Stress. When we experience stress, cortisol floods our body, and if stress becomes chronic, the body has to steal hormones responsible for making progesterone to make more cortisol, a process called pregnenolone steal, which renders the body incapable of creating progesterone. Without enough progesterone, estrogen is able to run rampant, which can lead to estrogen dominance, and when the stealing occurs for a long period of time, bones, muscles, strength, energy, libido, and immunity are all seriously affected. Yeah, it's a big one. That's a really big one. If you're just joining us, I'm reading from my newest book, Keto for Women. You can go to ketoforwomen.com for all the pre-order information. And we're about at 2,400 pre-orders. And of all the lives that I do, every single live gets 5,000 views. So I know we can hit the goal of 3,000 pre-orders. I just know it. And if you have friends that are keto, or you just have friends that are women, you need to tell them about this book, because there's more than just keto stuff in here. Excess carbohydrates. If we are consuming carbohydrates beyond what our body can process, now this is individual to each person, we can develop insulin resistance. Our cells no longer respond easily to insulin's message, and the pancreas has to secrete more and more insulin to keep moving glucose into cells. That leads to weight gain and excess estrogen to the point of estrogen dominance, which is never a good thing, and over time could lead to an increased risk of cancer and type 2 diabetes. It's amazing to just see how that cycle works. By just eating too many carbohydrates, we bump up our insulin, which causes estrogen to increase, and it's all this cycle. Nothing in the body is a silo. Everything that we do and everything that's going on in our body affects another piece. And although that can be a very discouraging belief of no matter what I do, it's all going to be screwed up, the really cool thing to kind of see the glass as half full instead of empty is every little thing that you do stops the dominoes from cascading over, and you can really do a lot of work by just simply adjusting something. Something as simple as, for example, I've been sitting in front of my Juve red light now for almost 3 weeks or so. And that's changing my cells. Just 10 minutes a day, standing in front of it with my face right there, it's changing the cells of my body. And that little cascade effect, or rather that little choice that I'm making, has a cascade effect to the rest of my body, and specifically my face. Hopefully wrinkles and all the scars I have from all the acne that I've experienced through my life. I'll let you guys know how I feel about this light in a couple of weeks. I just need to use it for a couple more weeks before I say, oh my gosh, you need this right now. Xenoestrogens is another reason for hormone imbalances. Many man-made toxins mimic estrogen and accumulate in the body fat, wreaking havoc on the balancing mechanisms of the body and raising overall estrogen levels, leading to estrogen dominance. So did you notice the last two pieces that I touched on were about estrogen? I find that there is a small group of people, myself included, where my estrogen is never high enough, and I really have to work at making sure that I'm eating enough, not working out a whole ton, so that I can make sure that my estrogen is leveled off. But for many, 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 many of us, we have the opposite problem where estrogen is actually too high. So excess carbohydrates, xenoestrogens, these are two pieces. Now, xenoestrogens is a much larger conversation, which we talk a lot about in my program, Happy Keto Body, about plastics and toxins and how everything we put on our body, in our body, all of these things can affect our estrogen. Lack of high quality dietary fat and protein. Amino acids, fats, and cholesterol are the building blocks of every hormone. So in order to help your body create the healthiest hormones and efficiently regulating them, you need to eat the best fats, proteins, and in sufficient quantities. I've pre-ordered on Amazon. I didn't think of going to the website. Duh. Can't wait to have this in my hands. Yeah, ketoforwomen.com is just a page that I set up with all the details about the book, but I send you to Amazon after that. So you can pre-order at Walmart, you can pre-order at Target, any bookstore, Amazon, Indigo, Chapters, Books A Million, like anywhere, in the physical store or online. Pre-order, like it's amazing how much the pre-orders actually matter. Like for the first book, for the Keto Diet, do I have it with me? Here, I'll show you guys. If you're like, what the what? Oh, this book is so heavy. With the Keto Diet, I didn't really know that pre-orders were really that important. And thankfully, we had like 5,000 some odd pre-orders. So it was really great. And a lot of bookstores picked it up really quickly and it really went really fast. Now, with Keto Diet Cookbook, I was living in the Bahamas and living my best life and didn't really promote the book as much as I probably should have. And the pre-orders were like really low. And I think that's why it's kind of hard to find this book. You know, Costco didn't pick it up. Costco Canada did because I'm Canadian and they're awesome. But a lot of places didn't pick this up as much as I would have liked them to because the pre-orders were quite low. So for this book, I really, really hope that we can hit 3,000 pre-orders. And that sends a very strong message to like big buyers and big stores to order a whole bunch of them. And then it really spreads the message about keto for women specifically so that women don't make the same horrible mistakes that we all did when we first started keto and we're following a man's plan, because it needs to be adjusted. And that's what I've really tried to do within Keto for Women, is give you those tools that you can adjust them specifically with the food that you're eating. And if you want to go even deeper, then my program Happy Keto Body is a great accompaniment that just goes way deeper into everything if you really want to get into it. So additional contributors to hormone imbalances include chronic inflammation, conventional dairy products, dietary stress, excess alcohol, excess caffeine, exercising too much, hormonal birth control, improper sleep, lack of physical movement, not eating enough, unfiltered water, that's a big one, unhealthy digestion, very low cortisol levels, very low cholesterol levels. And so beside each one of these, like dietary stress and dairy products, I list what page number to look up for those items, because there's nothing worse than looking at bullet lists and being like, well, what the heck? What do you mean not eating enough causes hormone imbalance? So I've listed the page to go to so you guys can learn more. I just pre-ordered. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you, Ginny Jean. Am I going to KetoCon? I'm like, I don't know. I was supposed to speak at KetoCon. If I do go, it's going to be a very last minute thing. Like, KetoCon's tomorrow. I think I should fly to go there. So I don't know. I'm not committing to anything right now just because my life is in a complete growth period and I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. So I'm not sure. I would love to be there. I am setting the intention that I could maybe do a last minute thing there, but we'll totally see how the month unfolds. How to support your overall hormone health. So I'm just speaking about specifically, hey, oh shucks, go Ducks. Hey girl. I'm just speaking specifically about general hormone imbalance. And then further on in the book, I talk specifically about like the specific hormones and specific imbalances that we want to address, like menopause, PMS, all the things that I listed at the beginning. Pre-order Keto for Women. Can't wait. Thank you so much, Silver Kitten 19. I really appreciate it. So how to support your overall hormone health. Say yes to fiber. If you feel constipated, get fiber from nuts, seeds, and non-starchy vegetables. On top of that, drink plenty of water to keep things moving. It's really important that we keep things moving because our digestive system pushes through excess estrogen. Again, that excess estrogen piece. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to make sure I'm not missing. Yeah, Facebook always does this. It like pauses messages. Gwen Fields. I have PCOS and I've been doing keto for 3 months with limited to no weight loss. Does following the diet work on hormones as you go and then it falls into place? Yeah, it takes some time, but you can really follow the adjustments within Keto for Women and make sure that you're adjusting things properly for your hormone imbalance. Lisa Matman. Thanks, Leanne from Pasadena, California. Oh, hey, Jacqueline. Thank you for all your hard work. I'm so glad that you actually care about women and hormones. Oh, speaking about caring about women, and then I'm going to stop reading comments and get to the final pieces here. So when you get Keto for Women, when you receive it, when you're sharing it, please use the hashtag Keto for Women, because every time you guys use that hashtag, I'm donating 25 cents to Up With Women, which is an organization that helps women get them out of poverty, set them on a trajectory of making their own money on their own terms, developing their own businesses, giving them trainings. Up with Women is a huge deal. I really, really love this organization. It's based in Canada. It means a lot to me. So every time you guys use that hashtag, I'm donating 25 cents to Up with Women to a maximum of $1,000. But if you guys go crazy with this, I will find the money somehow, somewhere, and like try to donate as much as we possibly can. So not only are you sharing Keto for Women with women that need it, but we are also donating to women that need a hand up. And as a woman in her early 20s who really, really, really could have used this to get out of some pretty sticky situations, I just think it's so cool that we can give back in a really big way. So be sure to use that hashtag from now until August 20th, and we're just going to donate the heck out of things. Okay. Maintaining alkalinity is really important to support your hormones. Remember from chapter 3 that on the alkaline acid scale, the human body tends to be alkaline, and when it becomes more acidic, it can cause several health problems. Maintaining alkalinity improves your bone density, lowers inflammation, helps with vitamin absorption, and helps you maintain a healthy weight. Test your pH level with a urine testing kit. It should be between 7 and 7.5. If your pH is too acidic, try getting more of those keto-friendly foods that are alkaline, including avocados, broccoli, cabbage, celery, cucumber, garlic, lemon juice or apple cider vinegar, kale, jicama, green beans, ginger, mushrooms, oregano, spinach, and tomatoes. Okay, just making sure I got everything. Okay, fermented foods. We touch on the importance of gut health and decreasing estrogen on page 260. So I already mentioned this, that gut health is really important. My favorites are water kefir, sauerkraut, because they're safe to make at home. If you have severe imbalances, you may also benefit from taking probiotics. Fado, do you cover the elderly and how to deal with life and hormones in the 70s and beyond? I cover menopause, so perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause. I chat about bone health and the importance of supporting your hormones past menopause. So I hope that that's helpful. Legs up the wall. Now, I wish I could demonstrate what legs up the wall is, but if you're having like a stressful period, this is another reason I don't love living on a boat, because I can never do handstands, or like I can never do legs up the wall because there aren't many walls to use. In fact, I don't think there is a wall that I could potentially use. But basically, you lay with your butt close to the wall and you put your legs up the wall. And this pose maximizes lymphatic circulation in the lower body, and the lymph moves more progesterone around the body than any other hormone. So making sure that the lymphatic system is flowing well is integral to the health of your endocrine system. Isn't that the coolest thing? That's so cool. I do talk about the lymphatic system actually in depth within this book, because I think it's like a system that a lot of us don't think about. The two things that I do to help lymph and my progesterone throughout the entire book, and throughout my life and throughout my body, is hot showers followed by severely cold showers. Every time I have a shower, I finish with super cold, and it's horrible every time, but that helps. Dry brushing is also a really good one. By chance, do you cover infertility in this book? I sure do. I sure do. Of course. How could I not? Gelatin. When muscle meat is consumed on its own without the presence of gelatin, the amino acid profile resembles what the body releases in times of extreme stress. When excess cortisol breaks down muscle to provide energy and materials for cell repair. And when this muscle breakdown occurs, tryptophan and excess cysteine flood the body, which suppresses thyroid function. The consumption of a large amount of muscle meat on its own has the same effect. By helping to balance the tryptophan, gelatin supports healthy thyroid function and adequate thyroid hormones. And our thyroid hormones work synergistically with all other hormones in your body. By supporting your thyroid, we support balanced hormones overall. So if you eat a large serving of meat, it's helpful to also have 5 to 10 grams of gelatin at the same time, so the amino acids entering the bloodstream are in balance. The easiest way to do this, really, the easiest way is every time that you eat a meal, just have it with bone broth. Like instead of drinking water, have it with bone broth. I can't wait for the book to arrive. You are the best, sweet girl. Oh, thanks, friend. It goes on to talk about other foods like liver, egg yolks, getting out in the sun as being helpful for our hormones, maintaining a positive attitude. And positive attitude. So I posted on my Instagram last night on my Instagram feed, like the hot dumpster that is my life right now. But it's also like being honest with ourselves that we can overcome our mental blocks that we put in, but also seeing positivity in those moments. So I think it's really important, specifically for our hormone health and not just our mental health overall, is being honest with the hot dumpster that is our life in those low periods, and also seeing the beauty that we are witnessing throughout that low period. So having that honesty with ourselves and, saying, I'm not doing well right now, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever it is, but also seeing the beauty in our life and having that balance and just having a positive outlook. Like I'm trying to be with the whole boat stuff and life stuff and not having a plan, is having a positive outlook on that instead of I'm stuck here. I don't know when the boat's going to sell. I feel so restricted. I want to leave, just having all these emotions, which I do feel that way, but having a positive outlook of letting things go, relinquishing control can also be super helpful. Okay. Saying no to synthetic estrogens. So that could be things like produce that's been sprayed with pesticides, bleached paper, including coffee filters, tissue paper, napkins, chlorine-containing bleach. Use disposable gloves always. I am always wearing gloves when I'm cleaning the boat specifically because there's so many toxins and chemicals in these products. I always, always, always wear gloves. Nail polish and nail polish remover, unfiltered water, dryer sheets. You can use dryer balls instead that don't have an effect on your estrogen. Nail polish and polish remover. Now, I sometimes wear polish. I have a bunch of gel polish and I like to do my own pedicures and manicures just because it's a nice self-care thing for me. So anytime somebody's sharing anything to do with your health, you really have to step back and be like, how does this fit for my life? And nail polish for me is a nice thing that I do for myself, and I wear it on my toes because I like the look of it. I like giving myself a pedicure and like setting up a little tea tree soak, and that's just really important to me. And I try to minimize toxins by doing it at home so that I can put in just some Epsom salts and some tea tree oil in the water, and I can use safe products on my feet. But when it comes to nail polish, I'm using gel because it lasts forever and I don't need to worry about it. And you just kind of choose your battles. Another piece to say no to when it comes to hormone balance is going to be negativity, processed oils, and then hormonal birth control. Now we're nearing 30 minutes of hanging out, and once I get past 30 minutes, it's impossible to share this video. So I'll try to keep it to a minimum here. Soy is another thing that we want to say no to if we're having issues with our health. The only piece that I like about soy and what I will eat sometimes if I'm out, specifically at vegan restaurants, is tempeh, like the fermented soy. I don't mind doing that, and that's okay mostly. Now, hormonal birth control is going to cause deficiencies like magnesium, zinc, B6, vitamin B12, folic acid, vitamin C. If you choose to continue with hormonal birth control, it can be really helpful to talk to a naturopath or a holistic care practitioner that can maybe give you vitamin injections. It's something that I've done for a really long time to offset the effect of hormonal birth control when I was on it and trying to get back up to normal levels. A Myers cocktail can be a really helpful one. A lot of places will do vitamin infusions, so that can be really helpful. Soy makes you bleed during between periods. Me too. Yeah, if I do tempeh, I'm usually okay, but any like soy, like even if we go out for sushi and I use regular soy sauce, I'll get some spotting and it just sucks. I feel like this is an unpopular topic, but how can I keto and stop losing weight? I pre-ordered keto for women. Does that hashtag count? That hashtag doesn't count within lives because I can't track it, but anything within Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, if you guys are just using it in your stories or your feed, it does count. We can talk about weight loss perhaps in our next live. I would love, love, love to chat about that. So this is just like, I'm like touching the iceberg and not doing this justice. There's just so much in this book. It's 416 pages of awesome. You guys can find out more by going to ketoforwomen.com. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and pre-ordering. I'm just going to decline that call real quick. I'm pre-ordering and just being here with me, hanging out. Again, it's ketoforwomen.com. The book launches June 18th. I'm going on tour for it in September. I'm so excited for this bad boy. And yeah, use that hashtag Keto for Women when you're sharing the book before it goes live, when you get the book. And let's see how many women we can support. It just takes 200 Canadian dollars to support a woman for an entire month with Up With Women. So anytime you're sharing hashtag Keto for Women, know that you are doing well by sharing keto. And also we can donate and help some women in the process. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. And I will see you very soon. Okay, bye. Bye.